Glad tidings, greetings to all the beloved. This video, I'm gonna go ahead and just nip this whole melanin, neuro-melanin, DEA, DNA, this whole hocus pocus thing that's being passed around. And it really started with Rashad Jamal, who all he did, all the information Rashad Jamal gave out was predominantly from the Norse mythology, which is a pale-skinned people who you would call the Vikings. That's where 90% of his information comes from. All right? But he'll say he's a god and only, and I'm only going to use these words because so I can communicate to the masses, but only, quote, black people are gods and goddesses. The rest of the people, if you're not black, then you're a human being that was made. Matter of fact, we're just going to let this man talk. I guess he's someone that's trying to take Rashad Jamal's place. I don't know, but we're going to go ahead and let him speak.
Peace to the gods and goddesses of the planet Kai. Peace to the planet.
Okay. Peace to the gods and goddesses of the planet Kai. First of all, Kai doesn't mean any planet. Kai is simply, if you go back into the Sumerian tablet, it's the same word as dirt. It means dirt. It doesn't even mean planet Earth or nothing. It's the little word etymology in Sumerian cuneiform text. It means dirt. So he's saying peace to the gods and goddesses of the planet dirt is what he basically just said. So let's go ahead and clear all this up. So peace to the gods and goddesses of the planet, okay? Which is not even a planet. Anybody that says the word planet, you should be kind of wary of anything they have to say after they say that. So peace to the gods and goddesses of the planet dirt is what he just said. The net plane, the plane of the net of the planet of the dirt is basically what he just said.
Itself, peace to the ancestors. I am that I am. I had asked a question before about what was the difference between DNA and DEA. A couple people said DEA is the police, which, I mean, it's understandable, I get it. But DEA, it was hidden from us. DNA is...
DEA has never been hidden from anyone. If you just maybe paid attention or did a little bit of research or maybe, furthered your education, you will find out it's never been hidden from anybody. It's literally been in encyclopedias and things for hundreds of years. This war, at least the last century. But I mean, to say it's been hidden, that's like saying chlorophyll in the leaves and the trees has been hidden from us, just because you don't know about chlorophyll and how the way it is produced and what it does and how it responds and the actions and the way it is compounded. That doesn't mean it's been hidden from you. It means you weren't aware of it.
Deoxyribonucleic acid.
Deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay?
DEA is deoxy, but DEA, it was hidden from us. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. DEA is deoxyetheric acid.
Okay. I'm not trying to belittle this man at all, so I don't want to come off like I'm trying to belittle this person. But he's having a hard time even pronouncing the words. Alright? It's etheric acid, okay? Deoxyetheric acid. All right, it's two separate things. And every mammal on Earth has both of these things. All right, let's be clear. Now, I'll add some more. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Remember, we 9 ether beings, deoxy.
So remember, we are 9 ether beings. I guarantee if I ask him what that means, he has no clue what that means. He has not a clue what 9 ether beings means. As everyone who is sharing this and passing it on don't really know what it means. And then guess who you're gonna go try to figure it out, and guess who you're gonna ask to try to figure out what is a 9 ether being? You're gonna ask Google. You're gonna Google it. Alright? Or you're gonna listen to somebody like this or Rashad Jamal, and you're just gonna put what's called faith into this person that they are telling you the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And they are literal scientists, and they have powerful microscopes in their house, and he can show you right now what he's talking about, because he can pull out his microscope and he can break it down and show you the cells of a quote white man and the cells of a quote black man, and show you the difference between a 9 ether being and a 6 ether being. No, you will never ever see somebody like Billy Carson has the means to do this. Someone like 19 Keys has the means to do this. Has anybody done this? No. Because it's all mythology. This is all New Age horse manure. But I get it. I'm sympathetic to everybody. There's certain people that have a lot of trauma built up in their DNA, so they're looking for things to empower themselves. But it's newsflash. Most of us have been through trauma. All right? Everybody has this idea in their head that like all white people are rich and living some kind of life that a quote black person cannot live, and all white people are living in some gated community. That's just not fact. It's actually more quote white people living in poverty than quote black people. It's more white people in jail than quote black people. Okay, you'll say, well, that's because of the statistics and per capita and this and that. Now we trying to do. We can make anything into a statistic and try and morph it in our favor. But let's talk about facts. Okay, we got to stop this foolishness and just believe in everything you hear. You need to hear the truth from somebody that knows actually what they're talking about and has done their true research, not Rashad Jamal, and that's your research. Google, and that's your research.
Etheric acid, right? If you think about the double helix, the links that link the double helix together they call them hydrogen links, right? Now, we'd go back to...
It's not all hydrogen, okay? And that's not what they're called, but it does contain hydrogen.
Once again, when they say about DNA, right? Deoxyribonucleic acid. Now, DNA comes from... I did a video before. I was letting it be known the difference between our species and the human species. I said that we weren't human. We are actual gods and goddesses. We come from the Sirius star.
They're not human. They're gods and goddesses. So when he says there, he's speaking of quote black folks. And listen, my family is black, so this is not. And I don't even use these words. Okay, so I'm only, like I said before, I'm using these words because this is the words of the masses, and this video is to communicate to all. Okay, So my family has people that you might call white, you might call red, you might call black. We have all different people in my family. Okay, so let me just be clear about that. But he's saying black people are gods and goddesses. That means they should have a supernatural power to create more than anybody else. All right? More than anyone else. That means the human beings should be just low-level people that really are just don't have no, intellect, don't have any spiritualism, don't have any rhythm, can't just low-level species. And the gods and goddesses should be around here, building up structures and things that the human beings are just in awe of. Okay, now the answer to that will be, well, we did that a long time ago. That's all the buildings you see and this and that. And that's not true neither. That's everybody across the whole world was building these structures. Okay, and the whole world was not just one color of people. That's a lie. There's 33 original tribes that were on this plane, and 4 bloodlines: A, B, and O. As far as you can go back. And how do we know this? Because you can go into the mitochondria and go back at least 450 to 500,000 years. Like, this is what I'm telling you is research, not just regurgitating what you heard from somebody that is now doing however many years for raping children, allegedly. Okay.
System Sirius X, Xylanthia, letting it be known the difference between our species and the human species. I said that we weren't human, we are actual gods and goddesses. We come from the Sirius star system, Sirius X, Xylanthia.
Okay. He comes from the Sirius star system, Sirius X, Xylanthia. Now this is the Dr. Malachi York delusionalism that he created. Dr. York was every religion in the world pretty much at one time or another, and he just kind of went with the flow because he wasn't getting any exposure at first. There were other people that were in the same area as him that was actually, he was going to their seminars and everything, and they were kind of like in a circle. Bobby Hemmett and some other brothers, and Malachi, it's not even his real name, Dwight York, wasn't getting the exposure. So basically, the last gimmick that he had was this thing that he made up these pamphlets and all this, and they're from a whole nother galaxy and this and that. Listen, Sirius, first of all, is a tri-star system. Sirius A, B, and C. Sirius X, Xylanthia, and all this. Now we're entering into the realm of science fiction. All right. So, when you look in the sky, in the firmament, in the waters above, you're looking at a reflection. Sirius A is the reflection of where you're at right now. Okay. Sirius B is the crater or the hole that Admiral Byrd, when he flew 2,600 miles beyond the Antarctica and kept flying and was doing a radio broadcast nationwide that everyone heard live. Okay, and after that, it was never published in the newspaper or anything. They shut him down, all that. All right, but it was on the radio live at that time. All right, he flew 2,600 miles beyond Antarctica and then saw a hole and foliage and beautiful, plants and animals and things like that. That hole is the reflection in the firmament is Sirius B. Now Sirius C is beyond that, a little bit further out. Okay, And when we get to what's called through the sun cycle, what the changeover event, you can literally see 3 circles in the sky and in the waters above, because it's reflecting Sirius A, which is where you're at right now, the Earth realm, the Earth crater. Sirius B, which is the very next little hole crater that was observed by Admiral Byrd, and Sirius C, which is even further out. Okay. And you're seeing the energetic reflection, and when the changeover event happens, you can literally see the energetic signature in the sky, and people call this Atlantis, and they say it sunk into the waters. Well, it didn't sink into the waters down here. It sunk back up into the waters above. So Sirius A and Sirius B and Sirius C are not some star system out in the 19th galaxy. You're looking at the reflection of down here. As above, so below. It's a reflection. If you were up in the waters above and you were looking down at the waters below, you would see a reflection of yourself as well. It's 2 mirrors. It's a mirror up and a mirror down. It's reflecting both. That's what it is. There's only a few lights in that firmament that are outside of the firmament. All right?
The 19th galaxy, right? I said that we weren't human. We are actual gods and goddesses. We come from the Sirius star system, Sirius X, Xylenthia, the 19th galaxy, right? We're not the beings. Humans were created.
So he's from the 19th galaxy. All right. Same thing Rashad Jamal said. So basically, this man believes in NASA, because you can't not believe in NASA without, like, you have to believe in NASA and the spinning ball, the flying ball circus and outer space and aliens and this and that. You must believe that to think that you're from the 19th galaxy, you're from here, you're from there, when the truth of the matter is all of that stuff is reflection of light signature, energy signatures that are right down here on this plane. All right, no one is leaving up out of here except light. Only light comes in, only light goes out. Okay, so the 19th galaxy and all that, that's like, you can pretty much make up anything you want at this point, and people will just bite on it, hook, line, and sinker. The 19th galaxy. All right, let's see what else this highly intelligent individual has to say.
From one of our ancestors, it was one of the former gods, which was Zeus. Zeus was a jealous god,
So hold on, let me rewind that.
Right, we're not the beings. Humans were created from one of our ancestors. It was one of the former gods, which was Zeus.
So, humans, not 9 ether being from the 19th galaxy, but humans were created by one of their ancestors, Zeus. First of all, Zeus was not even a name until the Greeks. So Zeus is their ancestor. They're the gods and goddesses. But Zeus, who was one of the Greeks that basically they conquered Egypt, which was only a couple of millennia ago. That's when Zeus was here and this and that, and then the Romans conquered the Greeks, and then Zeus in Roman etymology is Jupiter. So this man is not, he's literally talking about the energy signatures that we call planets, but I'm sure he believes that they're real spinning balls, and like you can go like land there with Elon Musk. But they're energy signatures. So what he's saying is one of his cousins is Jupiter, is Zeus, and that's who made humans. But yet we have Greeks that predate that had fair skin. and I'm gonna break down the melanin and all that, and how in every ancient culture the beginning story always goes back to the red man. The reason being because when you have pheomelanin and eumelanin in perfect balance, meaning equal parts, it creates a reddish tone. That means it's in perfect harmony, perfect balance. It creates a red tone. When you have an excess of one or the other, an imbalance, that's what creates different skin tones and things. Okay?
Was a jealous God. You know, we didn't have a God that we looked at as a higher up or anything like that. We were all gods and goddesses of the planet God. We created the planet.
There again, we were all gods and goddesses of the planet Dirt. We created the planet. And Zeus is your cousin who came and created the white people after you created the planet. So you were powerful enough to create the planet, but you couldn't stop one of your cousins from creating a whole race of people that hijacked the entire planet that you created and are still running the world to this day. But you're the gods and goddesses, though. You're the only you. You're the only gods and goddesses. But yet, in every urban community throughout the world, the gods and goddesses are killing each other, murdering each other. I don't see a white man killing a black man. I don't see a black man killing a white man. I always see a black man killing a black man, or a white man killing a white man. Okay? Because it's all about division. They already have the races divided. They don't need they need you to be divided in your own household, in your own community and everything. Because if you actually come together in your own community from grassroots and start community gardens and things, and then you connect with the next community, which may be all different colors, which it is. It's going to be all different shades of skin. That's where the power lies. Not in these nonsensical mythological stories of flying balls and floating balls and 19th galaxy and 9 ether beings that you can't even explain. You don't have no clue what it even means. You're literally regurgitating, and I hate to say it, it originally came from a pedophile, and it was regurgitated by another pedophile. And then it's always an excuse that every time somebody comes out and there's a threat, they always try to frame us and do this and do that. What threat was Rashad Jamal saying this nonsensical stuff? If anything, he's pushing the NASA narrative. Like, they want people like Rashad Jamal to be pushing this nonsense and thinking you on a spinning ball and you in outer space and you from the 19th galaxy. As long as you thinking all this nonsense, you ain't doing nothing to help anything around here. You're sitting on your couch making videos, talking about you the gods and goddesses, but you go outside of your door and everybody's just doing nothing, smoking weed, standing around getting drunk. Own family members is selling crack to their own family for a piece of paper that has a white man face on it that you worship as your God. That's your gods and goddesses. That's your God. The pictures that's on that money, that's your God. If you want to be real.
Zeus didn't want it that way. Zeus wanted to be looked at as like the higher up, you know what I'm saying? So basically Zeus was banished from the planet.
Zeus was banished from the planet. First of all, Jupiter was never on Earth. So, number one. Okay? Jupiter is an energy which goes back, if you go to the most ancient stories, is what you would call the archons or the Elohim, the 7 Elohim. Jupiter is the son of Saturn, or who you would call Satan. Okay? Or Enlil. Alright? In Sumerian text. Jupiter, I'll get into it. I'm going to let him speak.
Zeus was sent to planet Nern.
Zeus? So Jupiter was sent to planet Nern. I don't even know how you would spell that, but Jupiter was sent to planet Neuro.
Zeus created the human race. Zeus created the white species, the white people that you see today.
But you just said the gods and goddesses created planet Dirt or planet Kai. So Zeus came. He's a jealous god. He's your cousin. He's a god just like you. You got the same power as you. Y'all are all gods, right? But Zeus came, and you all it was a group of gods and goddesses created this whole, using this man's words, planet. But one cousin named Zeus that didn't exist until Greek times, but it was only just one age ago. One age in the procession of the equinoxes ago. The Greeks, Zeus. Alright. One being came and created a whole race that has subdued every single god and goddess that created this whole realm. Something's not adding up. 1 times 1 equals 2, Terrence Howard. Something's not adding up here with this story.
Or the 6 ether beings.
So, what is the 6 ether being? Oh, it's a white person. They don't have the other 3 ethers. They only have the 9. They don't have 9 ethers. They have 3. They have 6 ethers. Well, what does that mean? It just means that, like, they came from us, the gods and goddesses. They're not really the gods and goddesses. They don't have the other 3 ethers. What does that mean? Well, it's kind of hard to explain, that. No clue.
He gave them DNA. DNA basically is...
So, the Greek Jupiter named Zeus, the floating ball named Zeus, that's his cousin, gave the human beings, not the gods and goddesses. They don't have DNA. All right? DNA is literally in every living thing in the world, not just human beings. Okay? It's in monkeys, it's in lizards, it's in trees, it's in everything. Okay? Nucleic acid. That means anything that's made of cells that has a nucleus, that's made of carbon, that is physical matter. 6 electrons, 6 neutrons, 6 protons, and a nucleus. That means if you don't have DNA, you would literally not be in a matter physical body. You can clearly see this man is in a physical body. He's not invisible. He's not in a light body. He is in a physical body, meaning he has cells that have DNA that have a nucleic acid. That means a nucleus that is surrounded by structures that we translate into a physical light spectrum. Okay?
The opposite side of the double helix, it's DNA, DEA. Basically, but the main form.
I don't even know what he just said. He said it's the opposite side of the double helix. The opposite side of the double helix. That's what DEA, DNA. So you just move your hands from one side to the other and you just say, the opposite side of the double helix. The DEA, DNA. That's the explanation. You just put your hands together and you move it from one side of your body to the other, and that's it. That's how you explain it, and boom, you got the truth.
Is deoxyetheric acid. That was the first form. Now.
Actually, every single living organism on Earth has DNA and DEA. Okay? They work in tandem. They all work with light. Okay? It's all about working with light. That's all it's about. Okay? Let's see if we go. I haven't even watched this whole video. I'm freestyling this. Okay? I only just seen the first couple minutes, and I just had to do a commentary on it.
I'm going to tell you why. All right. Basically, it's like this. Zeus was a god itself. Zeus. When he went to planet Earth and he created the human species, he used a pig, he used a dog, and he gave it the god's DNA.
Okay. Do you know that you share most of your DNA with a banana? Do you know that a banana has the same almost, I don't know the exact percentage, but it's over 50%. You have the same DNA mostly as a banana. So Zeus also took a banana, took a couple apples, he took a pig, he took a monkey, he took, a couple porcupines to planet Mirn, and then made the human being. So that means we come from the 19th galaxy too, right? The planet Mirn. Where is that? Is that in the 19th galaxy? So we're from the human beings are from the 19th galaxy too, planet Mirn. Because that's where he took us with the pigs and everything. He loaded them up on the mothership, blasted up out of here. All the other gods and goddesses watched as they knew, because the god and goddesses know all things. So they all knew, all the gods and goddesses that created planet Dirt, planet Kai, they all saw Zeus leaving here in his rocket ship or his portal or whatever, going to Nirn, and nobody stopped him, because they should have been able to know through their first eye that what he was going to do. Okay, that he was going to create a race of beings that were going to hijack the whole realm and be more powerful than you, because look at the world. Who's running the world right now? Who's running the world right now? Okay? And this is not do not get it twisted. This is not about trying to belittle somebody. This is about truth. Stop falling for these people that are just blabbing off at the mouth and have nothing but empty words. They could literally say anything. Anything. First it was Jacob. Now it's Zeus. Now it's Zeus, who didn't even exist. The word did not even exist until the Greeks.
Not the DEA. That's why they only have melanin. They don't have neuro-melanin or carbon. Remember, with carbon...
The human beings don't have neuro-melanin or carbon. That means they don't... So he just said human beings got DNA, right? And melanated beings don't. They got DEA. All right? He just basically said the opposite. He said they don't have carbon. All right? Well, carbon is just the building block here in the physical realm. It's matter. If you're in a body, if you're walking on the physical ground, you can pick up a rock, that's all carbon. A rock has carbon, wood, the trees, everything you see is carbon based here. Okay? And melanin, and first of all, when a baby is born, no matter what color, race, ethnicity it is, it does not have neuromelanin. You do not develop neuromelanin until around the age of 3 to 5. That's when neuromelanin starts developing in all children, in all babies. And it peaks around, it reaches its highest point around the age of 20, and then it stays at a constant level between the age of 50 and 60. once you reach around the age between 50 and 60, it pretty much will never increase or decrease. It will stay the same. Neuro-melanin. So no baby is even born with neuro-melanin. Okay? None. The neuro-melanin develops by the access to light. Light develops it. Okay? Neuro-melanin cannot exist without eumelanin. It's literally surrounded by the eumelanin. So I'm sure he's finna say that white people got eumelanin and don't got neuromelanin or something similar to that, when they cannot exist without each other. And that's kind of, as above, so below, as within, so without. Look at the world. The reason that we're being ran by these socio-psychopathic, fully left brain masculine entities that people call reptilians and this and that. Reptilian just means they're acting on their left brain. They're fully masculine. The reason we're being ruled and governed by it is because they have separated the neuromelanin from the eumelanin. And what that looks like on the outside of you is separating so-called white people from so-called black people and making you think that you're different and you're enemies and this and that, when you're all eternal souls that are here incarnated in an avatar. And you're gonna feel real stupid when you see that you had many different times you were here reincarnated and you were in different shade tone body. This same man speaking this nonsense has probably been in a white skin body. Even somebody who is albino has melanin, and an albino person is lighter than any white person, anybody. Even an albino person has melanin. The trees have every living thing on earth has melanin, and there's 3 kinds of melanin. Pheomelanin, some people call it phyomelanin. That is your skin. That's your skin color. Then you have melanin, which changes the degrees of the different aspects of you. Your hair, your eyes, this, that, the other. That's why some people eyes can change colors. All right? Many people, including myself. I have gray eyes. My eyes can change based on my mood, based on what season it is, all of that. All right? That's the melanin processing the light code information. That's what that is. So you have neuromelanin, phyomelanin, and eumelanin. That's the trinity of melanin. They cannot exist one without the other. This is horse crap, what is being spread. Okay? First of all, like I said, key words. Somebody says planet or globe. That's number 1. Somebody's talking about galaxies and from here and from there. That's number 2. These are all red flags. All right? If you don't know that above is a reflection of below, and we live on a bigger earth, and even what you call the planets all the way to Saturn exist on this plane, the real beginning of the heavens is Uranus. That's why the Greeks in the New Testament, the word heaven is literally Uranus. And the return of what you call the golden age, or if you're a Christian, it's the 1,000-year reign of Christ, is when Uranus returns and enters the sign of Cancer, which is the mother sign, in 2039, is there for 7 years. That's what you call the 7-year Great Tribulation. And then Uranus then enters the sign, leaves the mother, because that's the Cancer mother ruled by the moon, which is also the mother. Okay? That's Uranus is Anu, which they will tell you is a real person. No, it's Uranus coming back for his bride Gaia, or the great mother Earth. It's not planet Kai, planet Dirt. It's a living being, the heart. All right? And the Father, Uranus, the Most High, is coming back for his bride. All right? What stars in the zodiac sign of Cancer? Polaris, our pole star, where the only light that's coming into our realm comes from. It comes from Polaris, right? There is no real physical sun. So all this, we're children of the sun and this and that. No, the light is coming from Polaris, and there's an intersection from the black sun, which is in the middle of the earth, and that intersection is called the focal point. That is the ball that you see, of that you call the sun. All right, it's not a portal. It's not none of that. It's a focal point. There's only one opening that happens here, and it's at the very top of magnetic north. All the true ancestors knew this, and they called it Maru, Mary, Mariah, Mater. All right, mother. It all stands for the Virgin Mother, Maru, where life comes from, the middle of the toroid field, the magnetic north. That's why all the ancient cultures, Sumeria, that's Maria. Before that, thousands of years before that, even before Atlantis, which was a hijacking, it was Lumeria. They all knew it. Egypt's first name before Kemet was Tamara. Mara is the mother again. They knew it. It got hijacked into Kemet and this and that, and then Egypt. All right? That's why they came over here, the Freemasons, who know all this that I'm telling you, the top Freemasons, and they called Amara. Amara Ka. Ka means spirit. Spirit of the mother. All right? They all know this secret. So this is hogwash. If you want to know the truth and you see this video, pass it on, and then people can learn the truth. I don't care if you even know who I am. I don't care about your likes, subscribes, and none of that. But share it to other people so they can know the truth.
Melanated beings were neuromelanated beings as well. They don't have that. They only have melanin. That's it. And that's
Neuro-melanated is the development of the bottom of your brain stem. All right, your ability to think. If you don't have neuromelanin, what happens is you develop something called Parkinson's disease, like Muhammad Ali, where you're shaking real bad and stuff like that, and people that have seizures and things like that. That's a lack of neuromelanin. Okay, if you can hold your hand out steady and it's not shaking, then you have neuromelanin. Because the neuromelanin is firing synapses to the neurons in your brain. Neuromelanin basically its only job is to translate light of the neurons that fire in your brain. If you have a brain and you can move your hand when you think, move my hand, then you have neuromelanin. If you did not have neuromelanin, you would be sitting there in a chair like a blob, not being able to move, and you wouldn't be able to do anything. It's called Parkinson's disease. You get parked. You can't move. That's what lack of neuromelanin does. This is hogwash.
It's the lowest form. That's why they have to have sunscreen and shit like that. That's why they can't take this.
Nobody has to have sunscreen. I've never put on sunscreen a day in my life, and I'm fair skinned. Okay? And I am native to this land. All right? People that see the skin tone of my skin tone say, "No, there's no way you're native, indigenous to the land. You gotta be black, this and that, the other, blah, blah, blah. You gotta be, Well, how black do you gotta be? Is there like some kind of thing that you come up, like how the police do with the tinted windows? Do you have kind of some like when you go pick out paint for your house? Is there some kind of shady thing that you put up to somebody's skin and say, yeah, you're God. You made it. You got the shade. Oh no, you sister, you're a little too light skinned. I don't know about you. You must not have no neuromelanin. You're not from the 19th galaxy, the Xanthia. All right.
Sun. Or or they develop a carbonated beings. We're neuromelanated beings as well. They don't have that. They only have melanin. That's it. And that's the lowest form. That's why they have to have sunscreen and shit like that. That's why they can't take the sun. Or they develop a disease called melanoma.
Okay, first of all, who can't take the sun? When I was younger, I was kicked out of high school. I was doing masonry work, real mason work with cement and things when I was 15 years old out there with grown men, okay? White men, black men, Mexicans, all of it, all right? Never once used sunscreen a day in my life, and I'd be out there working with my shirt off, no hat, nothing, all day long, and people that were very dark-skinned would be in the shade, sweating their behind off, talking about, man, I can't take this sun, man. I screw this, man. I seen people walk off the job because they couldn't take the sun that were dark-skinned. So that's hogwash again. Can't take the sun, this and that. Who? This is an individual thing. This I don't know what this person is talking about, and it's not just him. I just came across this video. This just popped up on my phone. I don't search these things. It just popped up on my phone, and I hear this, and this is all coming from Rashad Jamal by way of Malachi York, or excuse me, Dwight D. White York. Okay? It's a bunch of hogwash. Stop buying into this new age delusion. Everyone wants to be better than somebody based off putting in no work. You just want to be better than somebody based off of the way you look instead of putting in work. If you're a god and goddess, put in some work and create something for your family. Build something for your family. Build you a nice big log cabin for your whole family, for your grandmother, for granny. Get your whole family together and build something. Get some land. Get your community together and start a garden so you don't got to worry about money. Get that watch off your wrist and don't worry about what time it is. The god, the Saturn god of this world, who is actually your cousin Zeus's daddy, Abba, Saturn. Get together and actually build something, gods and goddesses. Do something instead of just talking. And especially talking nonsense. If you're going to talk about something that's raising people up. Not talking about Galaxy 19 and Xanthia and Planet Near. And white people was made from this and that. Don't you know that you share the same DNA as a banana? Don't you know that every single original 33 tribes is separated by 223 genes only? That's why the skull and bones number is 322, because they all know this. And they're using it against us. It's time to really be aware, not be awoke. Awake is when people come watch a dead person getting ready to get buried. It's time to be aware. Aware wolves. Okay? They are the aware wolves. Right? We're the sheeple that have been letting the aware wolves run the show. It's time for you to be aware. Okay? And this ain't the way. This is more vision, double vision, that you're looking through your two eyes, that skin color and this and that, and you're not looking through the single eye that is full of light. Light is spiritual, has nothing to do with the color of your skin and what's in your brain. Your brain and your mind are two different things. The mind is connected to the you and I verse. Eternal. You're talking about chemicals and things in the physical avatar brain that even monkeys have. A sloth has it. A dog has it. Everything this man has said. Okay? Bananas have these chemicals. And you're allowing it to take you down some rabbit hole that is based on nothing but pride. You wanted something to be handed to you. Oh, we're gods and goddesses. Well, do something. Create something. If you're a god and goddess that created this planet Dirt, planet Kai, then we should all be coming together and making this paradise. It's no excuses.
Do your research on melanoma. Do your research on it. Boom.
Melanoma, if you do your research on melanoma, you will see everybody in the Eastern Hemisphere has all the highest cases of melanoma. It does not matter what color your skin is. It's everybody on the Eastern Hemisphere. Why? Because that is the right side of the brain, the feminine energy brain of the mother. Okay? And most of that is frozen by Antarctica. They tell you that is South Pole. It's really not. It's on the right side of the right brain. It's frozen. Okay? The reason being the most people get melanoma over there is because if you live in the Eastern Hemisphere, from the map they give you, you have to raise your frequency even higher for living over there because you're on the right brain of the mother, which is the feminine energy. So if you're not connected to the feminine energy over there, yeah, your avatar is going to experience cancers and tumors and things. Because you're not on the right vibration, on the right brain. Because this has been hijacked by the masculine energy. So people living in the West have it a little bit easier without all the side effects and things because they're literally living on the left brain of the mother. The great mother. The people that have melanoma and things, the highest cases, the top 10 people that have the highest cases of melanoma all are from the Eastern Hemisphere. It has nothing to do with no doggone skin color.
Let it all be known right there.
Well, I'm going to leave it on that. He said it for me. Let it all be known right there. I don't want to drag this video out. You want the truth about what it is. You pretty much just got it without me digging and going too far into scientific language, which I am very much capable of doing. I could break this down like a professor at some university, some esteemed university. I could go to that level and break it down, but then I'll lose a lot of you guys, and you wouldn't be able to follow me. Okay, I'm trying to keep this in a language that a true teacher doesn't take something simple and make it complicated. They take something complicated and make it simple. And that's what I've aimed to do in all my teachings, and including this one. All right? You can hear the passion in my voice. There is no hatred in me against any living organism. None. Okay? I just want you to know the truth, because truth is love and love is truth. Not lies, not delusion. All right? Not confusion, not diversion, not perversion, not inversion. Truth is love. No matter if it hurts your emotions, feel your feelings. You're supposed to. But act off facts. That's why the word feel is in feelings and the word act is in the word fact. All right? And I've just given you the facts. I love you. This is Chief Ironbush. YouTube, Chief Ironbush. On Facebook, Ironbush. If you want to learn some more real truth about the ancient sun cycle, about the years that when the real changeover event is coming, if you want to know the real cosmology of the earth, if you want to know what's really going on, what you're looking at in the sky, you're more than welcome to come. Most of my work is on Facebook, but I'm slowly transitioning over to YouTube, which is Chief Ironbush. I love you very much, no matter who you are. All right? Remember, love is truth, truth is love. Balance and wholeness be within you and all that you love.